Alright boys, welcome. Doing a little tutorial on that 808 slide, so let's get into it. Alright, first step, you want to make sure the envelope is like this, so it stops when you want it to. It should cut itself, and then you gotta tune it. I think this is already at C, which it is, so I don't have to do anything. So here I'm just following the root notes that I'm hearing. If they sound good, they sound good. So when you're doing slides, you want to make sure you stay in key. You just gotta make sure you know where the kicks are. So I know you have a kick here, so I know that adding a slide in here will sound good. And when there's a kick and a slide at the same time, the volume of the slide gets hidden, so you won't hear it right away. So you always want to. I like to delay them and make them almost as short as possible, just so it doesn't hit right away and it kind of, you hear the note first. So I'll play this for you. Alright, so right here's a good example. Like, I can sing out the 808, and you'll hear how, just because it's a high note, it doesn't have the note finished playing. I'll play that real quick. So the note almost cuts off, so, because I don't like that, I want to add in something else. And that's a super simple fix to the problem if you just add in another slide. I'm just going to do a quick mix, and I'll focus on the 808 for you. And I'm gonna show you how to, do it with the kick, so it hits real hard. Alright, so number one on your master, the first thing you want is the regular EQ, and I raised this to about 4. This goes to, I think it's like 1.8, and this to like 1. So I just saved the preset of it. So yeah, it's 4, 1, and 0.8. Sorry. So that's it. It just adds, a little extra to all the highs, the mids, and the lows. And you just want a regular soft clip. There's nothing to it. You don't even have to play around with those. Alright, and then for your melody, make sure you cut out all the low end so that the 808 shines through. And you want your melody to kind of stay under 12 decibels. You don't have to, but that's where I like to do it. It sounds good there. And for a loop like this, because it's really like, it's not airy and it's not like playing the whole time, it's stabby, you can have it going a little bit above because it's not playing all the time. So even though it is going like up to like 9, it's okay. So the first thing you want to do with the 808 is you want to side chain the kick to it, and then right away I always like to go and I add in this EQ just so you can make the sound louder. These are kind of sounds that you can't even hear, so they don't add anything, they just make your mix more muddy, so that's always a good thing to do. So if you listen, there's really not a difference, but it is louder with the EQ one. Then next thing I add is a limiter. I have this preset done, it's nothing to it, it's just for the side chain, so it's after, it's not hitting at the same time. And then I always like to have my 808 under 6. 6 is probably good. So as you can tell, it's not and at the same time you can hear the thing. I don't really have to do anything else to it as of right now. And the kick, I have a preset for it, but I think I'm actually going to use this one. This is a free kit, so if you guys want to go download it, it's really good. This is a good mix for it. And then for the snare, I'm just gonna I have presets in here. I'm just gonna add this one, adds a little reverb, boost some of the highs. And so everyone is gonna tell you to have it hit at 3. I don't do that. I put it a little above, just because I like to have my snares pretty loud. So that's just a preference by me, but I'd say go to 3, but I go above. But for the secondary snare, I throw that just under 3. So right there is probably pretty good for it. And now the counter snare. So for these, I always like to go around 12, but it depends, because this is going to be skipping ears. But these two, they're so I can show you it. So this one, they're the exact same pattern, different sounds, but the pans, all you do for this is you hit Alt R, and it'll randomize the velocities, and you put it all the way one way. Then on the other one, you copy it, and you put it all the way to the other way. So now they're going to be playing at the same time, but on both like different ears. So you get a different sound in every ear, and it skips back and forth. So because it's 2 of them layered together, I'll usually make sure it stays under 12, so it's not super loud. And this, for the shot perk, I have this for, I have it hit at 6, but if you're going to do the one with like a lot of delay in it, where it's like, play multiple times, I usually have it around 12, but because it's just the one hit, I don't need to do that. So now I'm going to show you a little trick for the 808. So first, before anything, I'm just going to make a quick arrangement. Nothing crazy, it's just going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to move around some of the stuff. It's just going to be a couple bar loop. Just to simplify it for you. Alright, so there's 2 things. They're super important. And so 2 different snares. So if I was to play both of these, you can so you can hear that they're, you know, different types, but this one is on the main pattern, main drill pattern, you know. So this snare I want all the time, so I gotta have this snare all the way through. This one I don't, and because of that, let's say I was making a 4 bar or 32 bar, I would probably do this and this or something, just to add in variation from the first half to the second half. And then I also have 3 hat, counter, snare, whatever you want to call it, patterns, and because of that, this one, it adds a little bit, it's just a little bit different. I would just add this in the second half. I wouldn't do it in the first half. So this first half can be like a verse, a little bit simpler, and the chorus a bit more complex. So if that's kind of how you want to think of it, go ahead. And then the other thing is you want to make separate patterns for your 808 and your kick. The kick should follow the 808. And you can really do what you want there, and there's definitely several different patterns you can do. I'm just going to do this, the main one I have already, and another one, just to keep it short for you guys. So I'll do that real quick. And one thing I like to do is I like to just play the 808 so I can hear exactly how just the 808s, because I know the key already and what notes I can play. So I'll do that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to just do the kick now with it. Make sure you make unique before you do it, otherwise you'll be making a pattern and changing up, so make sure you make unique before. Alright, so I like that pattern. Let's hear it with the beat. so it's pretty simple. I like it. It's not the best, but it's good enough for now. So this is where we get into the secret sauce kind of thing. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is add the fruity flanges, and so I like to go, if you just type in 75, it goes 50% of the way, and I leave everything the same. There's not much else you need to do to it. And then you're going to create an automation clip of that, and you're going to create an automation clip of this. So I'm just going to do this first. And so all you need it to be is this little tiny, you only need it to be 4 bars, but it's up to you. And you just go like this. Once you listen to it, it's the end of the bar. And so as you can tell, that's the flanges right at the end. And you can hear it a little bit. The 808 will get a little bit wider, and it'll go both ears. I like to do something like this. And if there's any slides you wanna, or any 808 at all that you wanna like put some emphasis on, you can do this. And then what I do is I take this, create automation clip for this, and you're gonna do the same pattern, that little 4 bars. And so just at the beginning, just so you can copy that value, and just to let everyone know, to make it wider, you go down, like so, and I'll do something kind of opposite of what this is, so something like that. So the 808, without it, you can hear it. It definitely is wider and whatever, but you'll hear it now. And so you can hear it at the end of every 4 bars. 808 gets much wider, and just sounds cooler. So that's a little sauce I like to do. It works really good with like deep sounding 808s. You don't have to always use it with this like aggressive kind of one, like darker pitched ones. Those work really good with. And yeah, so I'll leave you guys with the beat.